So back in the 2020 pandemic, there were times where I would spend an hour or 2 hours scrolling on TikTok by myself in my room on my phone or Instagram and just scrolling mindlessly. And then after that, I would spend like 20, 30 minutes blank expression just staring out my window. I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know where I was going to go. I was young, like 11 years old at the time, but I knew I wanted more out of my life. And I was confused. Why was I feeling this way? Why did I have no direction? Like, I feel something should be coming into my life that gives me something to look forward towards, to look forward to waking up in the morning. But every day, I kept doing the bad habits and kept scrolling on my phone, but wondering, why wasn't there more out of my life? The whole time I was waiting for my life to change, something to come into my life, an opportunity, or a new way of doing something. But my life only changed when I took action myself. It's not like those superhero movies where like Tobey Maguire got bit by a spider, then he became the hero that everyone loved. I only became the person that I loved and everyone else loved when I took my own action to change my life. But then it's interesting. Why do we actually feel lost? It's an incredibly important thing for you to feel lost at times in your life where you don't know where you're going and you're not sure if you want to continue doing this one thing or living this one way or living to this one role or a certain study. You're supposed to go through these times where you don't know if you really want to be that person. We feel lost because our reason for doing something has gone away, and our body and our minds and our hearts no longer align with that thing. It's incredibly rare for humans to have this one thing that they're working towards and they never change it and they always feel like that's the thing that they need to be striving for. Incredibly rare. And we get these periods of time in our lives where we feel lost because our minds and our bodies need something different, something refreshing, something new to work towards and develop. We feel lost because we're no longer content with the thing we're doing in the present moment. So my mom is like a perfect example of this. She studied to be an estheticianist. Wait, is that even a word? Wait, there's no such thing as an estheticianist. I'm stupid. Um. So my mom studied to be an my mom studied to be an estheticianist. My mom studied to be an esthetician like a couple years ago. Then she was working in that field for a few months. And yeah, she enjoyed it for that time, but the month where she knew she didn't want to do it, it was miserable for her. She never wanted to show up to work. She didn't feel like it meant anything to her. It was just means for a living. It wasn't a job that in the past it was a job that she was excited to go to and excited to be in that position. But then months after, she just couldn't stand doing that job. She was lost, just like all of us. When we don't know that we want to move on from something, we have to listen to ourselves and actually be uncertain of why we don't enjoy something. Because once we recognize that, it makes it a lot more motivating to move on to the next thing that we have to do. You are supposed to feel lost because as humans, we constantly need new direction. We constantly need something new to strive for, something new to develop or create, whether that be playing a new sport, learning a new game. reading a new book, taking a new class, meeting new people. It is important for us as humans to discover the new things, because if we stay the same all our lives, that's dull and uninspiring. So when it came to my mom that she realized she no longer enjoyed this job of being an esthetician, she didn't wait for a new opportunity to come in like a new city. She had to take action and resign from her role and go look for something else to do with her time. She had to take the action of, I need to change my life and I can't wait for anything else, because I know right now my body, my mind, and my soul are not aligned with what I'm doing. And through experiences she's had in the past, she knows that she's the one that has to make the action to change. You it's this simple. You need to feel lost to enable you to move on in life. Because when we no longer enjoy our lives in the present moment, we no longer perform the same way we used to. We no longer enjoy getting up to go and strive for a better life or be the best we can be. I remember last year when I started to play more video games again, that my progress in the gym slowed down and I started going less. And I lost a lot of muscle because of that. And realistically, it was in line because I stopped enjoying the person that I was and the life I was living. I aligned myself with a life that I no longer enjoyed. So it kept me from staying on track with the good habits and doing the stuff that I wanted to do. It's so integral to enjoy your life. And it's so integral to live towards your purpose and live towards something that you want to create. Because once you know that's up and you start enjoying the things that you used to do, or you start indulging in the stuff that you know you shouldn't indulge in, you will perform like a shell of yourself, a shell of your former self. You won't be the person that people remember. And honestly, there's sometimes where you need that. It's actually essential for you to go through those things, because if you don't go through those things, you're not going to feel the need to change. Because if it's always just a streamline of successful thoughts, doing good in this, doing good in this, doing good in this, then you're never going to feel the need to move up to something or move on to the next thing. Feeling lost is completely integral to developing ourselves. And when you feel lost, that is the number one way you can find your next purpose, the next thing that you want to create, the next thing that you want to work towards. It's ideal if you feel lost after working on something for years at a time, or maybe just a couple weeks. You learn about it, you study it, but then you're uncertain about it. This is the perfect time for you to find your renewed purpose. It's when you are unsure if you want to continue doing this work. It's when you know that your body and your mind and your soul doesn't align with how you're living. Because renewed purpose will strike you when you take the time out of your day to question and examine yourself. After a period of uncertainty, your renewed purpose comes to you. Now, there's two ways to go about finding out when you're lost. And let's do this from the example of you walk into a supermarket, get all your groceries, then go to the checkout, and then the person ringing you up, the look on their face, blank, depressed, tired, barely even breathing. You can't even hear them breathe. Now, there's two ways to identify someone who is lost. And by far the best way is to look at how they present themselves. You can see the emotion on their face, their body language, and then the way they dress, the way their hair is done, and the confidence they have in their speech. If they start to stutter some words, or they might try to brush you off and not empathize with some of the concerns that you may have, or they might not even try to be conversational. By far the best way to identify someone that is not aligned with what they're doing is just how they present themselves. The person that loves their job and they love their occupation, they're going to present themselves in the best way possible. They'll try to enlighten your day and make you feel good because they feel good. Then the second way to identify someone who's lost is the stuff that they indulge in. I'm talking about the food, the games, poor health, just all around. If it's tough for them to, there's people that understand all the stuff that you have to do to maintain your health. Simple stuff. It's just simple stuff. We all know it. But yet the people that are lost, they can't live up to that. They still need to find an outlet where they can fulfill their emotional need because they've lost it in doing something that they no longer enjoy and are aligned with. They no longer have a direction that they're living towards because they've already reached it or they're past it. They're already well past their purpose and they're still working on it, but it's something that they no longer align with. So they need an outlet to fill the emotional need of doing something that they actually want to do instead of actually going out and finding that. So those two things, how they present themselves and then the things they indulge in, the two best ways to identify someone that is lost, and you just need to allow them to find out who they really are at that time. Because not all of us know the exact person that we want to be. And allowing us to figure that out, giving us the time to, and giving us the, what's the word? Just the not that. Just reassuring them that it's okay to not be aligned with what you're doing right now. And I can see that it's not the thing that is keeping you in the best state of mind. So in order for you to get back into that good state of mind where you're appreciating every day that you wake up, just the reassurance that they just need to rediscover themselves and renew the purpose that they have. That's some of the best stuff we can do for people that are lost. So if you're lost and you are just concerned over not doing the things that you like, that is perfectly human. That's one of the great things that you can go through. Even if you start to deteriorate your health, you still feel that. Just know if you're going through that, perfect. You're in the perfect time to go find your new thing. your new direction, your new purpose.